Producer's new favorite podcast, Let Me Rap With You. It's your boy 215 Guy Beats, aka Streets, aka you already know this. And I am excited. I am excited because it's not often we have returning guests. The only time we really ever get to have that is with my guy Vanish Beats. But I thought it was about time that we, because I was looking through some statistics, from Spotify, from YouTube and shorts and stuff like that. And my guy has gotten some of the best views and responses out of like all the statistics that we've had on YouTube. So, and the ones who was tuning in on Spotify definitely had listeners for that and Apple Podcasts. So we got Levi Juney back in the building, y'all. What's up with you, bro?
Blessed, highly favored. Just going through ups and down courses, but keeping it organic, keeping it
Nah,
fresh.
definitely, bro. I've been paying attention, bro. Like some of the trials and tribulations that you have gone through since our last episode, a lot of people would have folded. And I'm definitely glad to be sitting back here with you, bro, to sit here, discuss some of those things, give producers just insight on really just, how things, on how the other side of things can really get, you know. We usually give them the ups, we usually give them the gems, and definitely, we giving y'all that every episode. But, it's about time that we show people, what's real, how shit can really get in this producer community, not just in the community dealing with artists and stuff, but just for ourselves. Just stuff that we have to deal with, stuff that we have to go through ourselves. And aside from all that, bro, how's everything been in the past, year and a half since we spoke?
You said it best. Ups and downs, trials and tribulations. Taking a step back and reanalyzing the next steps and move forwards, and working with different artists. I've just been more on a keeping a positive mindset and also having the stability to be able to have the time to do the music and be around different people and just staying seasoned in culture. But overall, it's been a blessing. Learning, just more learning experience, especially this year.
That's how I feel about the podcast as well. The biggest thing that you took back on that, being positive. Optimism is something that I am literally like, that's kind of like my biggest thing in my phase right now is optimism. Like you said, trials, tribulations, ups and downs. Definitely. And, a lot of people don't realize that the Let Me Rap With You podcast, we have had our share of the same thing, losing hard drives worth of 40, 50 interviews, 20, 30 pieces of content, losing that. And trust me, the podcast, we could have a lot more than what we're doing right now. But optimism, we still have had a great evolution just this year, 2024, having the Let Me Rap With You show aside from just doing these interviews. And, I just try to really just look at everything on the up and up. Basically, just waking up, just we have another chance to get it. That's the start of the optimism. You wake up, we even have another chance to get it. Some people don't even wake up. Honestly, every time I wake up, regardless of the situation that I'm going through at the time,
Mm.
even stuff that I'm going through now, I'm up, I'm happy, I can do another episode. I'm here streaming. I'm on Twitch with the people, anybody that's gonna be watching in the future, YouTube later on. We're breathing. We're sitting here having a discussion once again. Like I said, so it's like optimism. It's definitely things can be a lot better in life. But the fact that I'm still sitting here, being able to do content, still do great interviews and have discussions with the bros like you.
And I appreciate you for giving me the chance and opportunity to be part of your growth and success and expanding on what you're doing and creating a brand, a good brand, and a successful route in life to make things. It's pretty dope too. And I just realized you just cut your hair.
Times changed. Times
Uh,
changed.
yes, sir.
You're the first person on the podcast. You're the first guest on the podcast to finally point it out. Times change, man, and my real fans, my friends,
Hmm.
they know I be on my stilo. RIP capital Steez. I usually be on my stilo. Usually on you know the beard kind of scruffy, but I refuse to cut it clean. Shit like shout out to Stilo. I was always on my Stilo, but you know sometimes you just have to realize when it's time for that change.
Right. You are definitely right about that. Professional image. Now you definitely have that profession. You always been professional, but now it just gives that extra businessman uh, aesthetics.
Nah, cap. I mean, no cap, and because like definitely been taking a
Mm.
lot more serious in the recent times. So and trust me, I've cut my hair various times, but a lot of people they just know how I usually rock. But it's like this time when I did it, it's like I'm doing it for not just for the sake of me, but the sake of my brand and the sake of my brothers who I'm trying to put on and everything. So at the end of the day, it's all for the better. It's all for the better.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Mama. I know she proud too. Mama, like I got my son back. Shout out to Mama. She definitely just texted me this morning, I think, or yesterday, with the same thing. But aside from the clean cuts and everything, because you know one thing that I've paid attention to because we definitely had a lot of great discussions in our last episode about a lot of great rappers. And recently in your growth of production, you've expanded to other genres, R&B, pop. So, just for the artists out there and for the producers out there, just to let them know, just expanding on your genre, expanding your what I say your wavelength to sound. How has your journey been with that?
Taking a step back and experiencing different genres, working with different artists, it has showed me a different way of growth. How different artists or different sounds make. Even some days I go to a club just randomly, and I just sit back and just see how people react to different sounds or how the music makes people feel. And I chop it up with different DJs. And I just sit back and just like how it's more of the crowd control and the energy that people feel, whether you're sober, high, drinking liquor. It just to me, it just shows me like okay,
Now,
the people want this type of sound. It depending on because everybody's feeling it different at certain times. So I learned to be a creator or engineer or creator and just the different sounds that I see. And I've been working with a few lately. It's been more female artists that I work with that I am currently working with, and the way that because each female artist that I work with, I'm working with like three or four right now. They have their own distinctive style and sound, and they'll just shoot me a text. Oh yeah, this is what I want this to sound like, and I'll just okay. I'll shoot it to them within maybe 30 minutes, maybe sometimes a day or two, and then they'll be like, "Wow, this is what I wanted to hear." And I said, "Well, just show me the finished product, and we'll just move on from there." And one thing I realized is just being able to understand what the artist is going through, the creator of what they're positioning their life to, what they want. So I just take a step. That's why I started producing. is because I want to live a different lifestyle and see how their thought process is. And I've definitely grown a lot from that. I matured a lot from that. Even being in $100,000 studios, $200-some million studios, to just being in the basement or just being in the trap. So to me, it's been very good. And I took not only that, I've been traveling the country, seeing every state. Um, Moving forward, I definitely want to lock in with you and have be in your studio. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shot again. You know what I'm saying? Let me rap with you. This is has been a your brand has grown, bro. You've been around a lot of people as well, and I know you had your ups and downs and different opportunities when you was a man, and then just taking a step. Uh, Even little minor things, just waking up in the morning and just like, okay, this is what my day's gonna be like. Just boom, 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 boom. Because every day is not the same.
Well,
Every day is
I kind of want to trace back to because another acknowledgement that I want to give, not just interviewing, you. I've also, I be with my brother, my beats all the time. That's my brother. I be with him on a personal basis. Um, he is on a run with working with a lot of female artists too. To be honest, there are two things that I'm going to say. One, female artists, R&B, rap, pop of all genres, they are running it right now. They are running the culture. Definitely, you know, it's their time. I'm gonna say it like this. The guys, we've had our time, but the ladies, whether you like the music or not, and trust me, like I said, there's female artists of all kinds, people, and I'll definitely give y'all some homework at the end of the episode because this is not about them. But the acknowledgement that I want to give is they are definitely in the run right now, whether it's mainstream, indie, underground. They are doing it right now. So definitely shout out to the female creatives of the culture because it's definitely y'all turn right now. And, you know, if, you know, anybody else not going to acknowledge it, I definitely will right here. So, you know, definitely shout out to them. And the second thing that I want to ask, because I've gotten this statement from various engineers and producers, my brother Ma being included, I've gotten this statement from him. Is it easier to work with female artists more than male artists?
yes, yes. Uh, to expand on that, female artists, they already have their own. They already have everything set up, and they come with a list of what they need to be done and meet different criteria. Uh, Working with male artists because of the ego, which the ego. I'm like, okay, no problem. It's like, oh yeah, but I'm like, let's just work on a project. Let's reconstruct something. This is what you had in mind. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board and like set it all up and do this and picture this. The female artists, they already have the drawing board. They already have a blueprint and a plan. They just need to implement something into that to make it, and then they'll go do whatever they need to do and just make it happen. But for the working with male artists, it's just been more uh because they feel like, okay, I'm a rapper, I'm popping this cool, but you have to put a budget to the side, this, that, and uh yeah, just because you were a designer, cool, whatever. But we trying to put good music together. I didn't come for here. I didn't come to the studio to see you dripped out in designer and just be like, okay, talk about your lifestyle. No, let's actually make the good quality music for people to hear and understand and absorb that. The female artists, it's definitely been easier because the reason why it's been easier is because they're willing to take constructive criticism and they're willing to go back and just reanalyze everything and put things together and just okay. Because one thing about us men, we are hard headed. We are this how you tell
We're stubborn as
how hard
fuck.
it is. Yeah, stubborn. But the women, like okay, oh that's because women speak with their emotions. We speak more on logic. Oh yeah, this don't make sense to me. Fuck that. Why I want. But women just tend to just okay. This is how you said it. Like okay. Matter of fact, let's do it this way. Okay. Okay. There's always women tend to just put the ego to the side and be able to figure out different solutions. Us speaking to y'all niggas or men period, we sit there like, nah, that shit good. That shit fuck that on to the next one. Instead of like, oh, you know what? Let me learn from this. Let me take a different perspective or different outlook how you see it from your end and your angle and how should go this way. So yes, it has definitely been easier to work with female artists.
Another thing that I've witnessed in studios with some of my engineer friends when they work with female artists,
Mm,
not only do they like have some type of construction, and definitely shout out to the engineers that I be with because along with the females having their construction, the engineers
mm,
that I know, they'll definitely still place their ones and twos and everything comes together. But the one thing that I respect with female artists, when even though they have a game plan, construction, the focus, they still have fun. Like that's the one thing that I notice with female artists in studio sessions. They know how to have fun. Like you said, niggas they'll just be like, all right, bet we're done. That's cool. No, females they're gonna get their money's worth for a studio session every time. They have fun, you know, and that's what music should be about. So like definitely in my recent times of just like walking into studio sessions and just witnessing what I witnessed off camera, the female artists you know I mean I wish I could stay long, but I'd be busy. I can't
I
I can't
I
stay
like how you
long.
said that. I can add on to that too. What you just said. Uh, especially when they bring their friends and the friends listen to it. No, you should say like this, dude. They're more. Their friends are like make it more hype. Add this, add that. Oh, okay, now we
You know
talking.
why? Because their friends know how they interact when they're
Yes.
together in person. So they're gonna be like and I'm probably just gonna just go off a side note, but they probably get hyped up in the studio. They probably be like, "Bitch, you say it like this." Like that's how they probably be.
Yes.
Like,
Exactly. Yeah. It definitely. Yeah.
look, and at the end of
Yeah.
the day, because they understand their interaction, they understand each other when they're out together as females. When they go out to dinners or parties or whatever, they know their interactions as females. So they're
Right.
gonna put that same energy in the song, bitch. That's what like trust me. Look,
Yep.
I've been in the
Yep.
sessions. Look,
Yep.
ladies love the energy. Love it. I love it. I love the energy. Love it. Keep it going. At the end of the day, and everybody's music isn't going to be for everybody, but at the end of the day, music should be fun, and that's the one thing that I respect with female artists when they do that.
Big shout out to the female artists. They're doing the big right now.
Who's a couple that you're working with right now, actually?
A few of them I was. It's a good list. So one of them will be Ella Cartier. She's a female artist out here based in Denver, Colorado. She
Oh, right there on the
has,
homeland.
one second.
Said right. Oh, that's right on the homeland, right in Denver, right?
Yes, and she has a few, not a few. What am I? I don't know why I said it, but she's working on a mixtape right now. She dropped a couple different singles. She's been doing shows out here in Denver. She her notoriety, and she's building her, and she's working with. She already has a manager with. They're working on getting a label deal put together, but like she does, um, she has a lot of different styles, ratchet music, Afrobeat, dance hall, to even like poetic. Just she's an artist in her own. Even like yeah, she's an artist of her own. Another female artist, she'll be, I think she's in Iowa or something like that. Forgot her name, but she's a dope artist, and they all rap. Dude, they're very multi talented. Another artist that I'm working with, well, shout out to Kat. She's a female artist. She's at the time I met her, it was in New York, but she's in Florida. So shout out to the 305. But overall, man, I it has been a blessing to be able to, because they come to me like, oh, I listened to a few of your beats on YouTube, but I didn't know you made beats like this. And I'm like, no, no, let's wait. How did you even hear about it? Oh well, I heard from a good friend that you are a producer, and I just went on your YouTube channel one day, and I seen your channel, and seen your page, and just ran through your beats. I didn't know you had that many beats, and wow, your production is amazing. I said, no problem.
Ladies, y'all gotta catch up. It's a lot to catch up on, ladies. I'll just say that.
And
And definitely speaking of the YouTube, definitely one thing I just want to put out there real quick for producers.
oh yes,
If you want some great quality loops, and you're all about giving great credentials, giving great splits and all that, and making sure to contacting the producers correctly. My boy got some great kits on the YouTube. We're gonna put that out right now. You know, Levi Juney. Search that up on YouTube. Levi space Juney. Y'all better go search that up right now. If y'all go, y'all want some kits. Y'all can even when it's go on YouTube. Y'all hear me saying it right now. Go search it up. Come back to the interview later. You did. But yeah, like you said, man, like especially like with the catalog, definitely would be a lot for them to catch up on, because you know, you definitely stay consistent. As I spoke with my beats, recently, I staying consistent with YouTube, drops. All and that's the one thing. One question that I have to ask is, just staying consistent in dropping the beats on YouTube every day consistently. Although everybody says the whole beat thing is oversaturated, what's your perspective on that?
nothing's saturated. Honestly, it's just, you said it best. Staying consistent, always dropping new sounds. For example, right now, it might be a producer out there that just dropped a new kit, and you might have Quavo, Quavo's producer, Lil Uzi Verse producer, ASAP Rocky, Tyler the Creator, even right now, even 50 Cent might be, or even Eminem, even to who's another like it. There's, as long as it's on the internet, somebody gonna find and listen to it, and it they might create that. Even Kanye West right now, he might be scrolling through my beats or on your channel to the other producers, or you might be listening to something just to spark a different type of inspiration and just use that. And then next thing you know, boom, you just never know. So my take on that is it's not oversaturated. Just keep dropping, staying consistent. There's gonna be days we take a couple of days off and just reanalyze everything, but just drop, drop, drop. Because you never know who's listening or who's online or who might use your kit. Even right now, maybe South Southside D. Shout out to Southside. Shout out to 808 Mafia. Even right now, Polo G might be listening to a couple of our beats, or like it. You just never know. Kidding. Even Wiz Khalifa. Maybe Larry June. Shout out to Larry June. Keep it organic. Really. Run up those numbers. Some Another thing I would add on to that is yes, it may take a little bit of time, but as long as you just focus on the grind and staying consistent with what God has gave you the gift to do and give other people the tools to be able to manifest what they do in life, it's gonna come back to you in a different way. In a whole different way. It'd be a bless it's not really about money at the end of the day. It's more about how you make other people feel and build themselves up, you know, because I I started with nothing. I was at ground zero a few times. I was up at one point, came back down.
Bro,
One point, came back
I
down.
seen it, bro. The bro, like, and I honestly have to get the story, like, behind it, like like your laptop just being straight cracked, and just, and you
Oh,
still,
I can speak on that.
yeah, nah, we
Speaking of
have.
laptop crack, I'm still making beats on the laptop that's still cracking. All I do is plug it.
I know people seen the stories back then. Trust me, I know I seen it.
I How many laptops I went through? Shit, 5, 7 desktops. Even left my bag at the airport in New York with the terabyte. I think it was like 5 terabytes or something like that. All that gone.
Mm.
Started from nothing. I was like, you know what? That's just God saying like you could all if I give you another day, you could always pay something better. Move on for that. So to me, I it has been a blessing, and also at the same time, it has been more of a learning experience and just being around the right people and just like I think it was like last week or something like that. One of my mentors, he said, "Yeah, I'm at Sony interviewing this art," and the crazy part about it is like the people that he's around, they are artists that have like 5 million followers, and they just. I'm like, okay, that's dope. He's like, no, but he just be in these different rooms and just talking to people with just the level of respect that. But mostly to me, it's just been like, okay, that's dope. I already reached that level of growth. Well, now I'm like, I just go outside and just chill under a tree for an hour or two.
But the one thing you still do, even though
Yeah,
you do that, is like you said, because you had spoke on it earlier. Just when you go to the clubs, speaking with DJs, you're still putting in the necessary inquiries to keep your brand running. You're still putting in the network. You're still talking to the people that you need to talk to that will possibly, like you said, put you in those same rooms like your boy. So,
yeah.
and so, in retrospect, I want to actually, take it back to that conversation as well, the DJs, because I have definitely spoken recently on DJs not getting the credit that they deserve, because at the end of the day, regardless of the internet, and I understand that the viral TikTok, shout out to the creators out there, the content creators, like that's definitely a must in the marketing. But I feel like, because we're talking about people like DJ Mr. Rogers, who still goes to clubs and all that, sell out hundreds, thousands a night. So you're talking about a heavy, consistent fan base in all 50 states alone. We're not even talking about another country. So you got to talk about that too later on. But these DJs are still the most important, because at the end of the day, the ones who are outside, they're going to be the ones searching up that song in their phone once they get back in that Uber or getting back in that ride home.
The DJs are very important. Very, very important. Uh, the crazy, I like how you said that. DJs are very, very important because DJs are the ones that be in these different rooms. They're the ones, let's say, rolling out. Is it no no? Is it rolling out? The one,
Rolling out, rolling loud.
yes. DJs are very important. From there to even just when you go out to a venue or a bar, who's there playing the music? The DJ all the time because he's reading everything, and it's amazing to me. I just take the time, just oh, what you playing next? Oh, what? I said, how do you know? How do you determine what you want to play next? I said, well, honestly, I just look, read the room, see what people played. Okay, this didn't want to make them dance. Okay, they buying drinks right there. They about to get turned to. Oh, some girls walked into there. Okay, they got their friends right there. They got food right there. All right, let me wind it down a little bit, get them ready, simmer it, and then boom. And I'm just like things like that. I just take notice and take initiative. It's and all of that. I'm a DJ myself, but I learned to just learn from other people and just see how because that part of the process is what makes you, and they will learn from you as well. I'm like, hold on, let me put this song on right quick. Let's see how they interact. Oh, okay, we're not late yet. All right, here, let's wind it back. Put it on this, and DJ be like, I got something even better. Boop. Now the whole club is just vibing. Everybody having community. Like it. Out of all the clubs that I went to, it's always been a good time. And I never seen people argue, get in fights or anything. Whatever they do outside the club, that's them. But in the club, the main job for the DJs, shout out to all the DJs out there. Respect what y'all do. That's a whole different type of. Cause even the person that controls the lighting, to the security guards, to the the bartenders, like even the bartenders be like, "Here you go, here's a drink for you." I'm like, I don't got to pay for that. No, you ain't got paper. He ordered the drink for you, and I'll be like, what?
That's how I be. That's how I be.
Oh, speaking of that, I don't know if I told you, bro. I used to I worked at this is back in New York, Harlem Hook.
Mm.
This is back in Harlem when I was off of 25th. Is it no 125? Yeah, 125. Take the train, get off right there, Black Central in Harlem. I worked at that time. I worked as a I made hookah, and I worked. I was grinding, and I just talked to the DJ. He's like, "Yeah, man, spin this," and I go around just serving different hookahs, and I begin requests. I'm like, you see those fine ladies over there? Yeah, I see them. Well, they requested this. Just add that on to the playlist and just and the way the club began lit and just it's a beautiful thing. And the DJ will come back to me like, "Hey, what's your name again?" I'll be like, "Oh, Levi." Levi, I fuck with you. I said, "Well, this is what has been requested. Instead of them coming up to you, I come up to you and just here you go. Matter of fact, here, I'll be right back. Here's a hookah next to you. You say you wanted a drink? Gotcha. The reason why I did that is to build a brand, stay consistent, and also want to see people happy. Make people happy. Just enjoy their evening and their night.
That's how it should be. At the end of the day, art is to, you know, and every club, every lounge has a different scene, you know. So you just gotta tend to the, you gotta tend to the people. At the end of the day, and That's what any brand is all about, is really just tending to the people. Once you tend to the people will come to the brand. Like at the end of the day, that's kind of the breakdown for almost any brand, no matter what you do.
My girlfriend, shout out to my girlfriend. She taught me the other day. She was like, "Why you be dressing like a bum most days, but when you pop out, you that nigga?" Well, the reason why is because I just learned to just appreciate life for. I just learned to appreciate life and just be around positive people, positive energies, and I want to give them that. Like I could walk down the street and just be myself, but
She
if somebody gonna notice me, oh, you need a ride, you need this. No, it's all
she
good.
just she just she just gotta understand. You gotta sometimes you just gotta be on your stilo. Like I got the clean cut right now, but classic hoodie with the sweats still on the stilo. And like you said, just off of me, like off of the brand just being built and what I've done sometimes. And like you said, it just literally happened the other day. I went after I got my cut, went back to my old neighborhood. Just it's like what? The old block is right around the way. Let me go walk down there. Go take the bus, go up the other way, so I can go take this little shortcut route to the studio. And then right when I was waiting for the bus, seeing one of my OGs that I used to you know do odd jobs for. Like you said, just got to ride. And like I said, I was just you know clean cut, regular sweats. Wasn't even I ain't even had the denim out or nothing that day. So, but still, I feel like when people when I feel like when you're doing shit with good intent and you're doing the right thing, people will tend to recognize you regardless. That's kind of been my thing. I've seen people that trust me. Some of my fans, they see me lagging, sweats in the flops. You know, shout out to the fans. They see me outside lagging, sweats in the flops. Oh, what you in your PJs? I'm like, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm off. Yeah, it's my day off. I'm in my day off, my day off gear. You know, might be the sweats and the Nike flops. You feel me? Like, damn, I ain't seen you with the flops out. you know, but like at the same time, like I
Yeah.
said, good intent. You feel me?
And there's no need to rock all the jewelry, look fly. As long as you're able to just walk freely, not look over your shoulders, and just be able to just see people. I'll share a story with you. I went to this is when I went to one of the homies' crib, and I was just chilling because I know their family. Family knows chilling, vibing, like you said, flip, like cool. Pulled up on them with a semi. It's like, wait. You driving a semi? I say yes, but look how I'm dressed. I don't all that uh for for y'all artists that is better to just be you, and people will appreciate you for that even more. And he at that time, I didn't even want nothing really. He's like, "Oh, bro, I still got some bread for you. Here you go." I'm like, "Nah, really? Yeah, here you go, bro." And I was just chilling, just having a good conversation with them. And they showed me so much, so I just sat back. I was like, "Wow." They ducked off, and this is the hood. I can go to any hood. One thing I noticed going to hoods, don't show up flashy. Do not be that flashy man. Don't even try to dizzle or dance around with all that. No. Just go
I'm
as you
still in the
is.
hood. I could tell you this for a fact.
Shit up. Shit. Speaking of hood, I get, I'm in the hood right now myself. But you can go any hood wherever you want to. Right now, bro, you won't even believe this. We're having an interview in a Taco Bell.
Hey, shit. I'm gonna say I could go for a good couple of Dorito Nacho Jones right now. Hmm. I might think about that later. Maybe that's why I used the orange cover today.
So what strain are you smoking on right now, Mister Orange?
What is this actually? I don't even. Oh, the Fun Dip by Doja Pack. That's what this is. The
Wait,
Fun
she
Dip.
got her own brand.
No, no, Doja Pack. The
Oh,
LA brand.
Pat, gotcha.
Hmm. I don't know. Might have to as much as cannabis and I'll speak on this, as much as cannabis and rap artists have collaborated in the past 3-4 years, probably, well, definitely longer than that, but in the past 3-4 years it's just been a lot more extraordinary with these brands. I'm definitely surprised that Doja Cat has not done anything yet, but maybe in due time. I'll say it like this: we never know what's going on behind the scenes in the works. A, ma- a magician can't reveal their best secrets, so you may never know. But to be honest, bro, like I said, and just going, just going back to the story of just working with a cracked laptop. You said you went through like 5, 6, 7 desktops. But when I seen that story of the laptop being cracked, and I'm just sitting there like, damn. And I've definitely had that in my experience, cause I've had like the laptop, like the half right here, the little grip, the little two grips that keep the laptop on here. Um, I had a Dell Inspiron, and they were literally like broken off. Like the grips was broken off, and the only thing that was keeping the shit connected to a screen anyway was the wire. But I had to use a HDMI to a monitor or a TV every time I had to had to do something. So like if I went to one of the homies' house and they didn't have an extra monitor, it's like we're probably screwed. We're probably screwed. So what was that? What was your experience like with that cracked laptop?
What I did was just bring an extra monitor with me. Take Google, bring the extra monitor, or they have a TV. I'm like, let me connect this to your TV right quick. Just make beats, and I have a speaker. If not a speaker, I have some headphones. And just okay, this headphone's not working. Uh, shit, we need to go get some extra headphones. Get some extra headphones, cause my little brother he be taking all my shit. He be running through the room, just ransacking and be like, bro, why you? Nah, I didn't do that, bro. Okay, it's all right, fine. But to me, if there's a way, you can make it happen. Don't let the even if you have a flat top, even if you the shit. There's been days when I was down flat. Maybe I had like 50 cents in my pocket. What I did, I was like, you know what? Let me go move around. Go make this. By the time you know, I have $100 in my pocket. I'm like, okay, I could knock. And they'd be like, no, bro, we can take you home, do this. I'm like, no, no, no. I'll be all right. Just drop me off right here. I'll be right back. Come back, do this, and we're gonna come back and cook up. Bet. And uh shout out to the weed smokers. Um, I stopped smoking weed.
Hey, that's a
The
good
reason
thing.
why
Probably like
it's
probably like the 15th or 16th person I know on my list that stopped. Congrats.
the reason why I stopped smoking weed is to me it's more to well, I got my CDL because they do different tests, so they want to make sure that you're clean. But the reason why I did that, I was just more like, you know what? I just grew out of smoking weed. I be around so much weed.
That CDL money is good though. Tip for producers out there who ain't scared to work a 9 to 5. That CDL money is good money. It is. Now, I may not have one personally, but I know people that definitely have one out there, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that CDL money, producers, if you're not scared to work that 9 to 5 and put in a little extra strength, a little extra work, I'm trying to tell you, take that one with you. That CDL money, yes sir, yes sir.
And I could add on to what you're saying, bro. Once you get your CDL, you can always go work for multiple different companies. Just have a clean record, and you be all right. You can work for this company today, switch on to another one. You always gonna have a job. Make something happen for yourself.
Hell yeah.
The money is there.
Hell yeah,
The
nah,
money
cause
is
trust me, cause at the end of the day, bro, I like at the end of the day, like, some people promote not doing a 9 to 5, but me personally, I would tell the producers out there, hey, a person like me, like I look, this these investments don't pay themselves either. So shit. At the end of the day, what y'all think? Like trust me, the podcast money isn't there yet, but you still gotta work at it. Still gotta work at it, you know? And for
mm,
and for the producers who aren't stubborn out there to, you mean, like I said, it's different
I
kind of
like how you
money.
said that. That okay. I like how you said that. There's four different type of producers. The first two is the one that made it, didn't have nothing, went and got it themselves. The other one, the second one would be the producers that have the funding, but they just lazy as fuck. And then there's the third producer where they just cocky, ignorant, everything came to them and just okay. And then there's the fourth producer where they have the funding, they got it, and they made it happen. And they grinded it out and just studied it out. But every producer is different. Every chapter is different for everybody. And depending on what scale, where your scale falls at, or how you play your cards right, like you at a casino, and you'll make it work. It might not be a casino, but just like playing a lottery, because pretty much it really depends on how you play your cards. But for those four different type of producers, the two of them on the four out of the two, it's either one that got the funding and made it happen, or the one that didn't have the funding and figured it out and made it happen.
No, that's
And for the
facts.
other two, they just said, "Fuck it, I give up." Cool, you can give up, but you came a long way in life just to give up right there, just throwing the towel. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. Ain't shit easy in life. It's just how your mindset, how you approach different things.
No, that's facts.
Like even even with you, bro. Even how I know you went to your, but you didn't give up. You still kept going, and
They
I can
they
see
wouldn't
your growth.
they wouldn't know the half. I just make it look good.
See what I'm saying? And not only that, you've been around a lot of different celebrities that been taking the time to and traveling and just have your family aside from family and just okay, this is what I need to do just to keep a stability and have a stable mindset to be able to move forward and progress. That to me, I'm just like, I love it. And I chopped it up with Southside. Southside D got the drip. And he been I passed through there a few times, but I didn't have the chance to link up with him because I was trucking at the time. But I'm like, yo, I'm in your city. If you have time, by the time let's link up. But now that I have a good amount of time and I'm a little bit more stable in my life to be able to travel and just link up with you, link up, just be able just to be in the East Coast more.
You already know. Shit. Next episode, we're gonna wind up being on the Let Me Rap With You show right here in the studio. How we've been doing, the episodes here. Like I said, it's been an evolution, and definitely side to south side. He's still always keeping a overhead on everything, making sure the formula is like we've kept this formula consistent every time, and have not we haven't changed it. And that's what I'm saying. Like that's the other thing. The formula just we stuck. We just had setbacks. Like I said, people wouldn't know the half. Probably need a book for it, but we stuck to the formula, and now we back to it. Now we back to it. And like you said, even with the celebrities and one thing, like it's cool. I could see Larry June one day, see the Alchemist another day, see somebody in my city like Young Chris or Kwani or NR Boer or I could see any of them just on a regular, just passing by, just doing the business that I do with, you know, interviewing the people that deal with. I could just see them on a regular, but at the end of the day, we all working. You know, say what's up, nice little handshake. Make sure you stay working. You feel me? Niggas can't get distracted. Can't get distracted at all. Feel me? So at the end of the day, it's basically just about me just sticking to it. That's how I do it. Like I could see a celebrity today. That's cool. But tomorrow, back to the notebook, back to the formula, back to the notes. What we doing for the next move? Like what's coming up next? What we got going? Let's go. You know.
So what made you want to uh blueprint and manifest Let Me Rap With You? What made you want to do that? Because
Um.
because to me you're a journalist, but with the videos.
Uh. As I had the discussion recently,
Mm.
journalism, I guess I can say, has always been, I call it an overshadow. Journalism has always been an overshadow in life because it started from just being in stores, just reading magazines from Double XL and the Source and all that stuff. I was just reading shit, just trying to figure out artists, just figuring out the celebrities, and then at a certain point, it was cool and all that. But then shout out to people like Hot New Hip Hop and all that. They had the blogs and all that stuff, the little note Johns where they were interviewing underground artists and stuff like that. And to me, there was probably a few brands besides Hot New Hip Hop, Two Dope Boys, um, World Star, I think, interviewed a couple people sometimes. Uh, and then out here in Philly, I'll say like this: Philly was never an issue with us because we had so many people. In the East Coast, we have hip hop since 1987. We run the streets. Back then, we had all flamers. We had we had media basically before it was cool, like how Smack and all that was out beforehand. Philly, we had media and all that shit for our underground artists before it was even cool. So we had somewhat of a source for ourselves. So I mean, for us, I can definitely speak better. I can't speak for real other cities because until, like I said, Two Dope Boys, Hot New Hip Hop, and all those brands that came like that, besides World Star, a lot of them kind of somewhat came to an end. Hot New Hip Hop stopped doing the interviews and stuff like that. And they were consistent with that shit, interviewing artists that people didn't know about. So very consistent with that.
I like
And
how you said that.
yeah, so I
That's dope.
just
One thing I could say is, what? hmm, How do you stand out on your podcast? Or because there's DJ Vlad, there's Small Eyes, there's the Real Life Production from East Coast, West Coast. There's Adam 22. What do you see yourself doing that's a little that want people to work with you and just be a part of what you got going on, your legacy?
the first thing that I can say is definitely shout out to DJ Smalls because that's one podcast that definitely doesn't get enough acknowledgement. Um, Off the porch as well because
Oh yeah, off the porch, Dallas, Texas.
yeah, yeah,
Dallas, Texas.
yeah. No, definitely. No, I have to acknowledge them because they're definitely an influence in my work as well. But the first thing that I can say out of all those podcasts you named, the one thing that I do is that like I guess I just stick to my formula. I guess I just stick to my formula and try not to do what everybody else is doing. Like it is good that I've evolved with the image and that we actually have a great space. Shout out to Paradise. We have a great space over here to actually do the podcast. I'm definitely proud of the evolution in that, but I still like to stick to the original formula of how we started, basically just doing interviews like these, and and just putting the evolution in that too. Just you know, even just like live streaming on Twitch, because back then we didn't live stream on Twitch when we did these interviews. So even just the small innovations with that, I guess I just try to be myself. I really don't try to, and although I watch a lot of those podcasts you name, I actually do watch them, and they're all great. So, and it's funny, I really don't try to copy none of their formulas. I just stuck to my own, and then once I had a great place like Paradise to give me the space to do what I want to do, I just liked it and just stuck to it. Like I said, I really don't try to copy none of the other podcasters' formulas. Now, I'll definitely say that there's definitely, um, we all have the standard. Definitely, all the great podcasts, they all have a great standard. They all have a great space, and they're all in different, aspects too, different perspectives too. They all have great spaces. So, you know, we all definitely have that in common. But our formula, our image, and just how we do things, I feel like they're all different because they're just all are authentic to just how they want to do it. Same way with me. So, you know, and another thing that I will say that the other thing that will set me aside is that I'm not scared to invest into what I feel like what needs to be done. Um, what's the other part? The Doja got me. Um, okay. Uh, I guess when it comes to the guests that I have, the guests that I bring, my approach in bringing guests, I'm not scared to. I like my perspective with the guests that I bring. My thing is like if I fuck with it, then it's like okay, let me oversee what's going on for a little bit. Okay, 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 bet. Let me the you know, and people have seen my posts recently and stuff about cause trust me, like as much as I've put in to the podcast, that's like a whole nother story that I don't have to want to get into. Um, you know, and definitely shout out to the artists that have been investing, and like that have been wanting to pay me for the interviews, up front. Definitely shout out to them. But at the same time, I'm still not scared to reach out, at the same time. At the end of the day, it's not just about, artists coming here to do interviews and, stuff and making the money off that. Because at the end of the day, in a honest retrospect, because, this is the podcast, I can, really be honest. At the end of the day, a lot of podcasts, they really would, you know, there are certain ones that I know that wouldn't charge, what I charge. Some charge lower. Shout out to them. Got great rates. Definitely not knocking the hustle. And some of these podcasts that I'm talking about, especially like the Glockerweb platforms, they all got great podcasts and radio stations and stuff on there. So definitely, we need people like them. So, but for the other podcasts that would charge higher, me personally, for basically for the stuff that for the rate that I charge is kind of really just breaking even on investments and the space and really just paying the rent. Like like I said earlier, it's really no monetization yet. We were monetized on like Anchor, but Anchor had transferred into Spotify for podcasts, so now we gotta start over and stuff like that. But luckily, we were still able to keep all the stuff on Apple Music and all the other podcast platforms. So hey, beggar can't be a chooser, optimistic, optimism, So, but yeah. So at the end of the day, I still go on explore pages every day. I still pay attention to all the people that I've interviewed whenever they post somebody or something like that, or you know, stuff like that. So at the end of the day, like I said, it's just everybody has their perspective, but you know most people aren't going to. And this is probably the last thing that I will say before I ask you the final question for the podcast. I think the other thing that will set me different is the questions. Nobody is going to ask the questions that I'm going to ask, which is also going to help me give the statements that I'm going to give. As when I was asking you the questions, like when we were talking about female artists, which led to acknowledgement. So I feel like the questions that I ask these podcasts, you know, no offense, and like I said, I'll probably say most of those podcasts that you named, I think the only other one that I would probably have to add is Joe Button, because Joe Button is one of the greatest podcasters. I don't care what nobody says. Give Joe Button his flowers. Everybody's hating on him. Y'all could eat dick. I don't care. But back to what I was saying. The majority of those podcasts that you named, I would say a good 50% of them that you named, because, and I will say like people like, off the porch, they ask great questions about the music. They're not just trying. Do some of them go viral off of asking certain questions about the music? Yes. Mazel tov. That's what it's supposed to be. I believe going viral off of authentic questioning about the actual artist and their art and music, going viral off that, that is authentic as hell. So I say Mazel Tov. But a lot of podcasts in this moment in time, bro, I just feel like um, they don't ask the questions that need to be asked. They don't. When you're interviewing an artist or a producer or a creative, you should be talking about their art, not just going viral about, other stuff. And it's okay to have those conversations, but at the end of the day, my formula has always been just always talking about the creative and their art. So I feel like a lot of people would tend to interview me more because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to go viral off you. I'm actually trying to talk about what's going on, like you said. We're talking about your production, maturity, growth, stuff like that. That's what we're here for, you know? We're not here to go viral off of Kendrick or Drake or all that stuff. Now we have a thing for that. The Let Me Rap With You show. Whenever I have my co-hosts, that's when we have that time for that. That's cool. But when we're in this formula or we're interviewing artists, we're talking about them. I'm not just one of these podcasts that's just putting anybody on a podcast just talking bullshit at the end of the day. And whoever takes that how you take it, to each his own. So, but the final question that I wanted to ask you is so we've talked about the networking and everything, the production, the growth, working with female artists, and just like how easy it is to work with them. What um what is another thing that you would like to just express that? Because in the journey, like I said, going through desktops and crack technology and stuff, I know the journey was hard. So like, what is the advice that you would tell producers when it comes to literally just overcoming trials and tribulations? Because at the end of the day, you know producers, y'all could be enjoying this podcast right now, but then at the end of the day, something might just happen tomorrow, and you might have to just tough it out. So what's your advice to them?
My my advice to upcoming producers or producers that have been in the game for a few
Anybody.
decades,
Mm-hmm.
I would say just going with a just going with a blank slate. Don't even okay, I got a plan for this, plan for that. Um, that's when you kind of just shoot yourself in the foot. Just go in and just from that moment on, pretty much what I learned in life is don't plan shit. Because you make a schedule, try to plan shit or make it, it's not gonna happen at the same time you thought it would. Because God has something intended for you in that time. You might catch that blessing, you might miss that blessing, or that blessing might come back at a different time. Um, just, just, and sometimes you might even not catch that blessing. It might spin around and you'll miss it. But pretty much it's just always take different opportunities and always respect people the same way you would like to be respected because that goes a long way. It's not even about the money or anything like that. It's just showing people respect and people will show you and guide you in different and you will learn something from the people you're around. So don't come into this industry or this world thinking like you gotta figure it out. Cause to be honest, everybody's trying to figure it out. It may look like they gotta figure it out, but everybody's trying to put the it's like playing Tetris. Okay, you got this piece in, cool. Now how you gonna fit the other piece in? Okay, that piece didn't work out. You thought it worked out that way. Now you gotta figure out different pieces. It's pretty much just building it up, and everything is temporary. Even when, for example, if you get mad, irritated, or you're broke, you got money, everything's just temporary. Got a car, got a crib, everything's really temporary. It's just the mindset, how you move forward with things, and just being patient enough to receive the blessings that you do get, and just being able to just be free with people, and just another thing is kill the ego. The ego is your greatest enemy. Because the reason why I said that is because if you have an ego, it would you you know it depend on how certain situations work out for you. You might lose out a family, friend, uh, relationships. You might burn bridges that you actually needed at that time, but you didn't think about it. But when you come back around to it, wow, you be like, wow. So pretty much all I like to say is for the artists, producers, podcasters, creatives, TikTokers, just keep doing what y'all do and just do it organically. You know, and I would like to quote what Larry June said, just keep everything organic. Run up those numbers. Yeah. Um, I think it's one of his songs. He said, I could lose it all today, still be the same nigga, still be the same person. Hit it right back up. It's not how you fall, it's how you get back up to it. But just don't involve yourself in shit that you can't. Don't bury yourself in some shit you can't get out of. Don't cough in yourself, and just keep staying positive, keep staying organic, drink water, stay healthy. Work out, get next opportunities. And I thank you today for having this conversation with you. 215, East Coast to the West Coast, international. You know, and this is going to your podcast. What you're doing right now is growing organically. Let me rap with you. The reason why is I even thought about it. I was like, let me rap with you. It's more of just
That's
it's like a home base. It's like a home base.
Philly slang. Hey man, I love my city, so I just like to keep everything at home. You know.
Oh, shout out to the Philly rappers out there. Shout out to Shorty Shorty. Rest in peace, PNB Rock. There's a lot of different artists out there in Philly in the East Coast. But keep doing your thing. Rest in peace. Keep staying solid. Um, I do have one more question, bro. What at the time when you was doing that? Shout out to Southside. What made you want to reach out to me?
Two things. Southside definitely gave the word, but when I seen what was going on behind the scenes and just seeing that, oh yeah, nah, this is. I just something told me that episode was just going to be different. My number one rule is like, especially as far as I've gotten now and knowing the person I am, my first rule with myself is 99.9% of the time my first instinct is never going to steer me wrong. So after he sent me the page, and because we really didn't have too much of a phone call about it, to be honest, I'm a truth be told, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna just reveal this now. He did not know we were doing the interview until the day of. He just sent me the page. I ain't say nothing. I knew his birthday was coming up around that time, so I just wanted to surprise him. But like I said, I tend to do my own homework, and like I said, something my instinct told me like, nah, this gonna be one of them episodes. And like I said, going through all my statistics, it was one of the ones.
Appreciate. Oh, um, statistics, analytics, analytically speaking, what do you see music moving or the progression of music? Because it's always a different sound every day, different artists. Where do you see that going move forward?
At the end of the day, it's still survival of the fittest.
Mm-hmm.
Some are gonna stay, some are gonna
Mm-hmm.
go, some are gonna
Mm-hmm.
be shelved. A few will know the right formula and still make it out of there. But even at the end of the day, like my I don't know, I just never kind of looked at that as a concern because like me as a podcaster when I interview artists it's like we never know which one of them like out of all those things I just named. Like some will stay, some will go, some will be underground, some will be shelved, some will, you know, be indie, some will, like you said, be on that financial level, some will be on that major mainstream level. But as a podcaster, when I interview artists, I never know who's going to be what. Because at the end of the day, the work that goes on behind the scenes after that, after the interview, Lord knows. I can only witness through social media. So that's
And then go
a.
back to the part I said earlier. Remember the part I said earlier?
Mm-hmm.
There's
Exactly.
some that don't got it, don't want to make it happen. Some that got it, don't want to make it happen. And there's those that have financial backing, make it happen. And there's those that have financial backing and say, fuck it. But
Like
it's only two. It's only two.
yeah, and the last thing I want to just tell artists
Yeah.
before I leave out of here is just
Yes, sir.
if you're going to be in this game, please do the research because when you get mad how certain stuff goes, it's because you did not do your research, and that's literally 95% of people. I witness it all the time. But that's another story. That'd be another episode. And definitely, like I said, you know, next time, for the third episode, be right here live in this room. And it was definitely great having this return episode. Having like I said, it's just an episode of evolution, as I would call it. And you know, just like I said, it was definitely great sitting here letting producers know that it's a whole nother side to things. And definitely take a couple gems out of this. But you already know how it goes because it's your boy 215 Got Beats, aka Streets, aka you already know this. Producer's new favorite podcast. Let Me Rap With You. Levi Juney. Like I said, last thing, go on that YouTube. Producers, get those kits. If you like using loops, you know how to give producers credit. Good splits. You might get a hit out of there. Gotta let that part out. Gotta remind them of that part too. They might have forgot about that. Make sure y'all go on that YouTube, get them kits. The YouTube will be in the description. So, you know. But my G, Levi, it's great talking to you, my guy. Salute.
Big salute, man. I appreciate you for having me on the podcast today. Let me ride with you.
You already
Good.
know.
He answers great questions, the questions that you definitely don't hear from other people. You got, like you said, if you guys need kits, loops, you can go to Levi Juney Beats on YouTube and they're all free. Just the credits and producer name. And from there, just keep working and just keep lining. And like Mr. 215 said, next time I'm going to be in the room with him. And we're going to keep cranking things out, keep working, keep building up the world.
So it's about what you already know. My G. It's a wrap, and we out. You
Ooh,
already.
I added